Pandemic has been a big eye-opener for a lot of us in a lot of ways. While many of us were sent home in the early stages, some still working from home. For some parents, that meant working from home and also parenting simultaneously, which if you have kids, you can know how hard that can be. For many parents, it reinforced the essential role of childcare and early education learning. For those that are getting ready to head back to work, or maybe you already have and you're ready to send the kids back to daycare, daycare may not be ready for them because, like most businesses around the country, most of them are experiencing a staffing shortage. And that's on top of a system, according to one expert you're going to hear from, that's always been broken. Here's Katya Stepovic.
Good for you, John. Good for you.
While the pandemic forced a lot of parents to pull their kids out of daycare,
Look at these ones. Look at, there's big rocks.
now many are busy back at work, even if that means working from your living room.
And how can you work from home even when you have a young child? They need nurturing, they need things, and it's hard to do. But then you're also faced with, that parental guilt.
According to Melissa Buck, the owner of Vista Montessori School in Boise, an overwhelming amount of parents are seeking childcare, but she can't take on more children, and she says it's not because her facility is full.
We have openings right now that I can't fill because I don't have enough staff to fill our school, so I'm turning people away and we're back to a year-long wait list.
Buck says because a majority of parents pulled their kids out of daycare during the pandemic, some employees also quit or were let go because of the pandemic's uncertainty. And as much as they may have loved their jobs, these employees are not flocking back.
Our payroll is probably 75% of our budget, and even with that being said, we can't charge enough to pay enough to compete with jobs like even Amazon and T-Mobile are starting at $20 an hour.
A convenience store, if you're not making profit, you raise the cost of a candy bar and people will pay that. In childcare, if you raise the cost of the service, it goes on the backs of families. So you've got this catch-22 where childcare programs can't afford to make any less, but families can't afford to make it or pay any more. And so what gives?
Beth Oppenheimer, executive director of the Idaho Association for the Education of Younger Children, says hourly rates for employees working in childcare are anywhere from $9 to $11, and infant care has risen to $1,000 a month.
In the childcare industry, there's less hope than I've ever seen before. And we have childcare providers who have been in this business for 25 years and have never experienced what they're experiencing now. And it doesn't seem like there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Because of the lack of staff, daycares are trying to up their hourly wage to compete with other industries. Meanwhile, according to a recent survey, 91% of childcare providers in the state of Idaho are experiencing staff shortages, which has a ripple effect.
It impacts our economy, it impacts our communities, it impacts our moms and dads' ability to go to work. It impacts child development.
While there are some federal funds that support low-income families to pay for childcare, Oppenheimer says not many families in Idaho even qualify for it. And for some, the cost of childcare can be higher than their mortgage. Couple that with the daycare's year-long wait list, and parents are now turning down jobs so they can look over their kids at home.
Historically, the business community, our business leaders, have looked at childcare and said, that's a family issue. We're not going to talk about that. But what they're understanding and realizing is their employees, they can't come to work and they can't hire and retain a qualified workforce because the people that they want to hire can't find childcare.
Because of that, she says the business community is starting to think about childcare differently compared to a few years ago. So maybe, just maybe, there is hope.
This isn't a new problem. This has just been exacerbated by the pandemic. And so hopefully this will just kind of make some change for our industry and people will see that this is a problem.
Oppenheimer said that some childcare facilities are so desperate to hire right now that they're just hiring people who can simply pass a background check. But there is a way that other businesses can help out. They can offer childcare benefits for employees or pay for some slots, which is mutually beneficial, right? It's appealing for a new candidate who is also a parent and will help the childcare industry be able to offer more competitive wages.
Yeah, and in this day and age when it's, double income households, you need people to take care of your child. And as you mentioned, there might be a company out there that's big enough that can provide that, but it's still going to be a struggle for those companies or working for a company that I guess can't offer that sort of incentive, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, and a lot of people are going back to work because they have to right now, and they can't look over their children because of the pandemic.
Yeah, it's a vicious cycle. We got people looking for people to work. You can't go back because you can't afford the child care. It's just going to keep running in a circle. All right, thank you very much, Katya.